Earlier this week, it was announced by Denver Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick that he is fully medically cleared after tearing his ACL before the season even started last year. It was early in training camp. Timmy P went up to catch a 50-50 ball from Russell Wilson. He came down with it, then went to make a move on his defender and went down with a non-contact ACL tear. I don't think that it was ever truly stated how devastating of an injury that was to the Denver Broncos offense. I was at training camp pretty much every day last year, and before Tim Patrick got hurt, he was clearly becoming Russell Wilson's favorite target. Patrick provided the perfect blend of speed, size, and 50-50 ball skills. Tim Patrick was almost going to fill that DK Metcalf role that Russell Wilson had in Seattle. Losing him was not only devastating in terms of just losing our number 2 receiver, losing him was also a big blow in the Denver Broncos run game. Tim Patrick was one of the only wide receivers on the team that truly is elite as a blocker. Losing Tim Patrick was basically like losing a number in the run game, and so therefore the Broncos really had to pivot to a lot of 2 and 3 tight end sets to compensate. Having a big-bodied wide receiver who can block is going to be very pivotal in this Sean Payton offense, and Tim Patrick will be able to fill that role really well. With Tim Patrick returning, you can at least see why the Denver Broncos were fielding calls about a potential Courtland Sutton trade. Although as receivers they have very similar skill sets, what takes the cake for me for Tim Patrick over Courtland Sutton is his blocking ability. And you have to imagine that there is a chance Sean Payton feels the same way. Patrick told Steve Smith Sr. on the Cut to It podcast that he's fully cleared to do everything, and at this point he's just trying to get repetitions in to get himself ready to play in a game mentally. Tim Patrick brings that absolute dog mentality to the Denver Broncos receiving corps, and losing him last year was absolutely devastating. There were many instances last year where having Tim Patrick on the field would have really been able to bail Russell Wilson out of some really bad situations. I think about when Russ threw that really ugly interception against the Indianapolis Colts in the end zone when he was trying to hit Tyree Cleveland. Sure, it wasn't a great throw, but Cleveland also ran a really crappy route on that play. If that were Tim Patrick, there's no doubt in my mind that he would have come up with that ball. And that's just one of many other examples last season where Tim Patrick was sorely missed by Russell Wilson and this offense. Having him back in the fold is really going to do wonders for us alongside Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton, and once we get KJ Hamler back from his injury, the Broncos will finally have all 4 of their top receivers together on the field. If all 4 of our top receivers are healthy, then the Broncos could potentially have one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. So I'm curious, Broncos country, what level of confidence do you have in the team's receiving corps now that Tim Patrick is back? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways that you can help share your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country just like you and me. And for now, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.